من تلا قول النبي وبين.
You see, a student of ilm and a scholar, they find peace and relaxation in very different places compared to where other people claim to find relaxation. Do you see what I'm saying? The other people, they claim to find relaxation, and that is what it is. It's just an empty claim. The people of this world, they might claim that they can unwind when they are watching a movie, or they feel so relaxed when they are scrolling on social media, or they feel that they have to go on that holiday for their mental health. But that is just their claim. Is it really true? Do they really get happiness from all of this? If that was the case, then why do they still have to take pills to fall asleep after that? So they are just getting a fleeting boost because they have a temporary increase in their dopamine levels. And after that brief pleasure, what happens? They fall headlong back into the depression and the sadness and the grief. But the students of ilm and the ulama, they find their enjoyment in ilm. When they learn something new, when they are reading new books, when they are researching, when they are sitting with scholars, when they are attending their durus, they get the inner enjoyment and peace and happiness and excitement, and literally they feel ecstasy when they learn something new. And then this is not short-lived. Now the anwarat, the effulgence, the barakat, the blessings of these gatherings remain. And then they learn something new, isn't it? So now that knowledge, that information will be in their minds. So now their pleasure continues and their happiness actually increases. Do you understand what I'm saying? Haji Khalifa rahmallah, he explained in the introduction of Kashf al-Zunun, اللذة الروحانية فإنها ألذ وأشهى من اللذائذ الجسمانية. Spiritual pleasure and enjoyment far supersedes physical enjoyment. The sweetness that a person experiences when reading books and when studying and when learning and when researching and in the company of scholars is far greater than the so-called pleasure that other people claim to derive from any of the worldly amusements. He then quotes those famous words of Imam Muhammad rahimahullah. ولهذا كان الإمام الثاني محمد بن الحسن الشيباني يقول إن دمن حلت له مشكلات العلوم أين أبناء الملوك من هذه اللذة. That when Imam Muhammad rahmallah would be researching and then he found what he was looking for, or when he managed to solve an academic issue, then in that enjoyment and ecstasy he would call out and he would say, Aina abna'ul muluk, where are the princes? Where are the worldly people? What do they know about enjoyment? They haven't experienced enjoyment like this. You know, Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he was the ruler, isn't it? Yet he would be willing to pay any price just to get a few moments in the company of his teacher, Ubaidullah ibn Abdullah ibn Utbah ibn Mas'ud. Imam Ahmad rahimahullah, he quoted with his sanad that he would say, لَمَجْلِسٌ مِّنَ الْأَعْمَى عُبَيْدُ اللَّهِ ibn Abdullah ibn Utbah ibn Mas'ud أَحَبُّ إِلَيَّ مِنْ أَلْفِ dinar. That for me to have one majlis, and it's a nakira, just one majlis, just one sitting with my teacher who was blind, Ubaidullah ibn Abdullah ibn Utbah ibn Mas'ud, is more beloved to me than 1,000 dinars, 1,000 gold coins, not $1,000, not 1,000 gold coins. So to understand it in our context, say for example, someone comes to us and say that I can do this business deal with you and you will make $1,000 profit, and it's the time of your dars. Then it's natural, all of us, we will prefer to do the deal. We will excuse ourselves from the dars, isn't it? Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, because he knew that his happiness lies in the majalis of this teacher and it's not in that gold coins, he would prefer to to rather go for the dars. He would rather have the gathering of his teacher than 1,000 gold coins. Leave alone 1,000. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz would literally be willing to give all of his wealth. And he would even not mind giving this entire world just to sit in one more gathering of Ubaidullah ibn Abdullah. Alama Dhahabi rahimahullah, he quoted in Tarikh al-Islam that Umar ibn Abdul Aziz said, لَأَن يَكُونَ لِي مَجْلِسٌ مِّنْ عُبَيْدِ اللَّهِ أَحَبْ إِلَيَّ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. For me, just to get the opportunity of going to one more gathering of Ubaidullah is more beloved to me than this entire world and whatever it contains. Alama ibn Abdul Barr rahimahullah, he quoted with his chain to Mughira that he said, وَقَالَ عُمَرُ ibn Abdul Aziz, that Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, when he became the Khalifa, he said, لو كان عبيد الله حيا لهان علي ما أنا فيه. If Ubaidullah was alive, I would have no interest in ruling over people. I would just be all the time thinking, how can I go back to the gatherings of my illustrious teacher? My mind would have not been in leading other people. Rather, I would have loved to go and sit with my teacher. Alama ibn Khalliqan, he quoted that Umar ibn Abdul Aziz, he said, Wallahi inni la ashtari laylatan min layali Ubaidillah bi alfi dinar min baytil mal. That wallah, by the qasam of Allah, I would purchase one night from all the nights of Ubaidullah for 1,000 dinars from the Baytul Mal. So I would be willing to pay for an appointment 1,000 dinars. Even if I did not own that wealth, I would have taken the wealth from Baytul Mal. Now we all know how cautious Umar ibn Abdul Aziz was. He would exercise so much caution, make sure that he does not take anything illegally from the Baytul Mal. There are so many incidents on the day of Eid. His own kids did not have any new clothes to wear, etc. But he's saying that if I was so pressed that there's the opportunity come up that you have to pay 1,000 dinars and I don't have 1,000 dinars, I would have taken that wealth from the Baytul Mal just so that I could go for that majlis. So the people around him, they were like shocked. They were so astonished when they heard this, that they knew how much caution he would take. And yet he is saying something like this. So in their bewilderment, they just blurted out. They asked him, Ya Amir al-Mu'minin, تقول هذا مع تحريك وشدة تحفظك? Oh Amir al-Mu'minin, we know how much ihtiyat, how much precaution you have on the funds that are in Baytul Mal, and yet you are saying this here? Umar ibn Abdul Aziz responded and said, أين يذهب الله بكم إن والله إني لأعود برأيه وبنصيحته وبهدايته على بيت مال المسلمين بألوف وألوف, just to get his guidance, to listen to his advisors, to be in his company. I would literally have been willing to give thousands and thousands from the Baytul Mal. Then he said golden words, and these are words which we should take away from here. These are words which we should ponder upon. إن في المحادثة تلقيحا للعقل وترويحا للقلب وتصريحا للهم وتنقيحا للأدب. Sitting with the pious and being in the gatherings of those who have knowledge, discussing with them, this sharpens your mind, it soothes the heart, it removes all of your worries, and it refines your character. So now you know why ulama don't have to take antidepressants, why ulama don't have anxiety, why they are always smiling, they are so happy. Because they have the opportunity of going into the gatherings of their teachers, of their elders, and learning from them. إن في المحادثة تلقيحا للعقل, by discussing with them, they sharpen their minds. وترويحا للقلب, this is where they get their solace, their peace, their serenity, their happiness from. وتسريحا للهم, this is their antidepressant, it removes all of their worries. وَتَنْقِيحًا لِلْأَدَبِ, and it refines their character. Imam Bayhaqi rahimahullah, he said, لأن العلم أنس النواظر والأسماع وسيقل الخواطر والطباع وغصون الشجرة الإنسانية تعطي بتحصيل العلم ثمرات السعادة والعلم في الدارين هو المرعى المونق والغدير المغدق. What did Imam Bayhaqi rahimahullah said? That is giving the reason why do ulama get pleasure from knowledge. لأن العلم أنس النواظر والأسماع. That knowledge is the bosom friend of your senses. That you have your ears, your eyes. The reason why Allah Ta'ala blessed us with eyes, so that we can observe and we can learn. Why did Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala bless us with ears? So that we can listen and we can learn. وَصَيْقَ لِلْخَوَاطِرِ وَالطِّبَاعِ. It refines a person's thoughts and his character. وَغُصُونِ الشَّجَرَةِ الْإِنسَانِيَّةِ. It is the branches of the tree of humanity. تعطي بتحصيل العلم ثمرات السعادة. This tree and the branches of this tree provides the fruit of happiness. Then he said, وَالْعِلْمُ فِي الدَّارَيْنِ. Having knowledge in both worlds. It is a lush pasture and a copious stream with abundant and fresh water.